Hello everyone, this is Namrata Thakur, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Computer Engineering at Pravin Patil Polytechnic, Final Year. So student, let's start Unit 2 of GAD. Your Unit 1 is all about overview of GUI programming and I have already uploaded the two videos of the same. Kindly refer that to revise your concept of the first unit. Now, your unit 2 is all about decision control and loop control. So let's start it. Before moving that, let me tell you the different units of GAD. In GAD, you have a total 5 chapters. The first chapter is Overview of GUI programming. The second one is Decision control and loop control. In third chapter, we are going to learn about object-oriented programming in VB.NET. Your unit 4 is about how to access the data in VB.NET. And the last but not least, the fifth chapter is data binding and deployment. So, by learning all these chapters, you are going to learn about VB.NET programming. So, student, let's start the second chapter. From this video, you will able to understand the different data types in VB.NET. So after watching this video, you will able to understand what are the different data types that we can use while doing the programming in VB.NET and what are the different operators available in the VB.NET as well as how to write the expressions using them. So let's start with the data types and the operators. First of all, we will start with the data types. You have already learned the C and C++. In that, you know this concept data type. That means whenever I want to accept some input from the user, at that time, what type of data I want to accept from the user is called as a data type. That means here. Suppose I want to perform the addition of two numbers. At that time, I require the three variable A, B, C. A for storing first number, B for storing second number, C for storing third number. So here I can see that I can add 1, 2 and the answer will be 3, or I can write 1.1 and 2.5 over here. So data may be different according to every application. So as per the requirement of the user, the data will get changed. Sometimes the data will be number, sometimes the data may be text, sometimes data may be audio, or sometimes the data may be video. Or you can say that your data may be of an image format. So, as per the user requirement, the data is going to change. Therefore, to represent that data, we require something, and that something is your data type. Whenever you are using data types in a programming, at that time, you can easily come to, or your system can easily come to know that what type of data you are using in your system. So, the data type is determine the type of data that variable can store. Variables can belong to the different data type as I explained before, and there are various types of data types in VB.NET. Students, you have already heard the int, char, and after that the float in a C or C++. These are the data types because we are using this to represent our data. Same way, we are using different data types to represent the data in VB.NET. So, what are the different data types available in a VB.NET? Let's have a look on it. The different data types are this following figure or following table shows the different data types available in VB.NET. The different data types are boolean, byte, char, date, decimal, double, integer, long, object, s byte, s short, single, string, U integer, and U long. You have already heard about integer, character, float, or the decimal. So, the similar way, the same use of the similar way, we can use the different data types over here. The first one is a boolean. If you want to store or if you want to represent the data in yes or no form, true or false form, so at that time you are using the boolean data type. Next, byte. If you want to store the data in form of byte, that is the collection of bits. So at that time you are using data type called as a byte. Character, as you know that what is the use of character. So whenever you want to store the character like A, B, C, at that time you are using char. Here I have given some storage allocation for the same, like byte, 1 byte storage required, character 2 byte storage is required, and date, that is 8 bytes are required. So whenever you want to store or whenever you want to accept the data as a date, at that time you are using the date data type. Decimal, if you want to represent the data in a decimal format, at that time you are using data type decimal. Double, the range of the double is given over here. Integer, as you know that suppose I want to store 12 or I want to accept 12, I am using integer 12.5, so I am going to using decimal, or suppose ABC, at that time I am going to use the character. So similar way we have a long as well as object, string, that is the collection of characters, U integer, U long, S single, S short, and S byte. The range is given over here. We will going to check the practical implementation of the same in a practical session. Now the next one is the operators in VB.NET. Students, you know that things. What are the operators? Operators are used to perform the operation on the operand. What do you mean by plus? What do you mean by minus, divide, multiply? These are all called as an operator. But student, why these are called as an operator? Because if I am saying that 1 plus 2, then it will perform addition of two numbers. If I say 1 into 2, so it will perform multiplication. 1 minus 2, then it will perform the subtraction. That means whenever I am placing this thing between two operands, it will perform certain operation. So, operator is a symbol which is used to perform some mathematical operation or some manipulation things. So there are n number of operators present in the VB.NET and that are arithmetic, logical, relational, bitwise and assignment. So to perform certain operations on the operand, we require the operators. Now, what is the use of operators in a VB.NET? Or what is the use of data types in a VB.NET? But obvious, we are going to design one GUI application using VB.NET. Therefore, we need operators and data types in a VB.NET. Now I am giving you an example. Suppose I am designing one form or I am designing the calci which will add, subtract and divide the two numbers. So at that time I require two numbers over here and after that the operations over here. So here for performing the operation we require operators and for accepting the data we require data types. Now let us check what are the different arithmetic operators and relational operator, bitwise operator and assignment operator and what is the use of the same. First of all, we are going to check about arithmetic operator. You have already learned these things in a C++, etc. So similar way, we are using the arithmetic operators in a VB.NET also. The different arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, mod, and after that raise 2. Suppose I am having the two operands with me, 1 and 2, or we can say that A and B. I want to perform the addition of the two. That is, in certain program, in certain project, in certain application, I want addition of two number. So at that time I am using the operator plus, which will add the two number, minus, which will subtract the two number, multiplication, which will multiply two operand, and division, which will divide the operands. If I want to perform the remainder I want to calculate the remainder of while performing the division. So at that time I am using the mod operator. The next one is relational operator. Student, relational operator, as the name suggests, relational. It will always shows the relation between two operand. That means whenever you want to compare the two operand, suppose I want to check whether A is greater than B or not. Otherwise, I want to check A is equal to B or not. Or I want to check A is less than B or not. So at that time, here I am comparing the two operands with each other, or I am specifying the relation between two operands. So therefore I am using the relational operator. The relational operators are equal to, less than or equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and this sign checks if A checks if the values of two operands are equal or not. If values are not equal, then condition becomes true. You have already learned these things in a C++, that is, greater than sign is used to check whether the operand is greater than the other or not. It checks the other operand is less than or not. It checks whether it is greater than or equal to not. And this one is less than or equal to not. So this is all about the relational operator. The next operators are logical operator. Students, different logical or bitwise operators are AND, OR, and NOT. So therefore AND or NOT is used to check the different conditions at the same time. For example, I want to check A is true as well as the second condition is also true. That means I am checking the first condition as well as the second condition simultaneously. So at that time I am using the AND operators. If I want to check either condition is true, so I am going to use OR, and if we want to perform the negation operation, we are going to use the NOT operator. Similarly way, we have a XOR and also or else in false is false and is true. These are all the logical and bitwise operator. Now the next one is assignment operator. The assignment operator is used for the assignment purpose. Whenever you want to assign something, at that time you are using the assignment operator. There are n number of assignment operator like equal to, plus equal, minus equal, multiply equal, divide equal. First of all, we will check the meaning of the same. Now I have given the example C is equal to A plus B. That means it will assign the value of A plus B into C. Even saying that plus equal C plus equal A, it is equivalent to C is equal to C plus A. Similar way, we have a minus equal, which will check whether it is equivalent C is equal to C minus A. And same we have a multiply and divide operation too, which will take C is equal to C into A and C is equal to C into C divided by A. So these are the use of the assignment operator. So we can use these different assignment operators in a project according to our requirement. So we have assignment operators equal, plus equal, minus equal, divide equal, divide equal, after that this raise 2, and these ones are, that is left shift operator, right shift operator, and concatenate operator. So this is all about the assignment operators. So students, by using this, as I said before, by using this data type and different operator, we can design one form, or we can design one application. How to design that application we will see in a practical session. So practical is going to cover the theory part of the same. If you have any doubt, let me know. I will surely help you to solve the same. Thank you.